And good evening and welcome to Cliffyland, a global cooking adventure, where after cooking food for every United Nations member state from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe, we are now in our 4-week in-between period where we are cooking the food of 4 bonus countries, non-UN member states, disputed territories, etc. This week we are cooking the food of Kosovo. Kosovo, located in the Balkans. Bonjour, Etienne. We're cooking the food of Kosovo in the Balkans, part of the former part of Yugoslavia. Hey, Anne-Marie. And disputed by Serbia. And tonight we're making a swirled lamb and spinach burek, which is a common dish in the Balkans. Again, you can find everything about us at cliffyland.com. You can also follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, or Tumblr. And you can find out all about the last 4 years of the challenge. So now, since we're simulcasting on Busker and on Periscope here, I'm going to flip the camera around. Hey, that's me. Let me get my lens on and make sure you can see me. That would probably be helpful. There you go. Okay. Hey there. And now, let me address the Periscope people. Hey, that's me. This is the new apron for the Global Cooking Adventure. Again, you can find everything about it at Cliffyland. And so, thank you for the hearts. Derek, I believe I saw you come in there. So I'm going to set the Periscope people up in the sky at our prep station first. So, okay, hold on. It's going to get a little bit dizzy here, but you'll be okay. And again, in advance, I apologize to any Periscope or Busker people where I may not be looking and seeing the comments before they fly away. One of the perils of live streaming these days. What we're doing here, we're going to be doing 2 streams. One that we're going to be doing right now, and one that we'll be doing later. We're prepping the, hey, thanks, Anne-Marie. We're going to be prepping the burek first, and then we're going to put it in the oven. Then we're going to go away, because it's going to be in the oven for 45 minutes, and then it'll come out of the oven, and it'll be a really quick ta-da at the end. So, what we have here is we have a package of phyllo dough. We have 2 pieces of the phyllo dough here that have been defrosting. We have about, hey, Derek, good evening to you. We have some triple washed baby spinach. I need to put this away because I don't need it. Okay. And we have 4 green onions sliced. Actually, these are scallions. They're green onions. They should be spring onions, but they're basically the same thing. Feta cheese, about 1 cup of feta cheese for you. We have the bonus thing that I've added to the dish, because we need some meat in this, is ground lamb. So I'm going to be cooking up some ground lamb. Test Busker. Yay! What, are you on the Android version? And we have some parsley we're going to dress the dish with. At the end we have 3 eggs. And we have 1 cup of milk for you, whole milk. And then we have half a cup of olive oil that we're going to start mixing things up. So now that we've put out the ingredients here, let me get out my wooden spoons, and we're going to start mixing some stuff up here. So first, we're going to take out our big bowl right here, and into this bowl we are going to combine, oh, I need to take pictures too. Again, the pictures are for the blog at cliffyland.com. We're going to drop in, or it would be helpful to have the camera up when I go take pictures. We're going to put in our spinach. Here. So what the burek is a sort of swirled baked pastry that has stuff inside of it. Derek, you're on multiple ways. And then we have, we're going to mix in our feta cheese to the spinach. We're listening to a Balkan music in case you decide to bulk at that. Contrary to popular opinion, Kosovo was not the subject of a Beach Boys song in 1988. Aruba, Jamaica, oh, I wanna take you to Bahama. And we're gonna add in our spring onions, green onions, scallions, however you want to call it, and here, and then we're gonna mix those up and put that aside. So here goes nothing. Not a meerkat anymore. No, we have abandoned the meerkat. What's cooking? We're making a burek, B-U-R-E-K, with feta cheese, spinach, and lamb. Jon Snow? Is that I know a Jon Snow, in addition to the Song of Ice and Fire, Jon Snow. Sounds nice, yes. It's swirled, it's baked, and this is a lot of spinach. I'm telling you right now, I'm a little scared. Do you love food? Yay! Well, check out the blog at cliffyland.com. You can also subscribe on YouTube or like on Facebook, follow on Twitter. Just search for Cliffy Land. That is Cliffy Land, pardon the old meerkat logo. Greetings, Cliffy Land. Hey, you, busker up now, yay! Yay. Yes, busker is out for, yes, this is spinach. We are tossing the spinach with the feta and am I missing anything? Spinach, feta, green onion. Spinach, feta, and green onion. Okay, I'm going to season this with salt to taste. Well, that's good. And we need to taste this. Wowzers, where did everybody come from? Hi there, welcome to Cliffy Land, the Global Cooking Challenge. It's not a salad, actually, it's going to be baked in the pastry. So let me give this a taste to see how salty it is. The feta is going to be a little bit salty. So, goodness. So, now that we have that, we're going to put this aside, and then we're going to take out a second bowl, and here's the part that I always get very scared, because I don't do well breaking eggs. I'm just telling you right now. So here goes. 1, 2, 3, go. 1. So far, so good. 2. I apologize if I don't see your comments. Thank you for the like. 2. Okay, I have to wash my hands after that one. And 3. Did you say you're putting pastry with it? Yes, it's going to be a pastry, and it's going to be stuffed in with lettuce. I have to step aside for a second here, so if I don't see your comments, I apologize. Okay, so we've beaten the egg, we're going to beat the eggs, but next we're going to mix this into this bowl over here, something on Periscope. And tasty, yay! So the eggs go in the bowl along with the 1 cup of milk. That's whole milk. Doesn't have to be. 99. Thank you for the follow, Beth. And this is half a cup of olive oil. And I'm gonna beat that. 106. I'm missing, what is this, temperature? Numbers? Okay, can you be a personal chef? I do paleo. I can barely be my own chef, but thank you. Hello, Russia. So, we're beating this. This is going to be wind up spread over the top of the burek. So, mixing this up. You know, I should get the whisk for this. Whisk is hiding right here. And okay, that's going to go over the top of it. And then it's going to be, oh, speaking of which, and I need to preheat the oven to 375. That's Fahrenheit. You can do your conversion to Celsius. Guess it. I wish I understood. Oh, you meant Burek? Yes. What, did I say something else? I probably did. I'm a little dizzy. And again, I apologize for the white balance being funny on the front camera, but that's what that looks like. Okay. So now, I'm going to need to move you over to the stove rather quickly. Over here. So, what are you making now? I am making the Burek. But right now, I need to unlatch you from the ceiling and move you over here. What are you cooking now? I am doing a Burek, but I'm going to be doing a spinach and lamb filling to the Burek. And to that end, I'm going to be frying up some lamb here in 1, 2 tablespoons of oil because I figure I need some meat. Brilliant numbers tonight. Well done. I know I'm a little intimidated. If I'm being honest, I have my ground lamb over here, which we're going to fry up until it's brown. Now, the reason I'm doing that is that I did a Burek before when I cooked, I believe it was Slovenia. You can find it all at cookieland.com. I made my own pastry for that, and it came out okay, but the problem that I felt with it was that the beef, in that case, was cooked inside the Burek and not cooked ahead of time, and so it didn't really taste right. And I wished I had browned it beforehand, so that's why I'm doing that with the lamb. Being as Kosovo is a majority Muslim nation, I figured lamb would probably be a better bet than, well, definitely than pork. But I didn't feel like doing beef, so I said go with lamb. It seems reasonably traditional for Muslim nations. Also, over here in our second skillet, which you can't really see because it's white. Normally I don't use this one on the stove because I bent it. Like our dear friend Balboa, as Derek has named him. See, it's a little wobbly. But this one's going to go in the stove. So that's why I'm not quite so worried. So here I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil along the bottom of this pan here, and then spread that around. But you'll see what I'm going to be doing with that in a minute. Okay, so while we've heated up the oil here, we're going to brown the lamb rather quickly, and then I'll be able to look up. Periscope and Busker seem to be in sync. They do? Well, that's pretty amazing. Because I know how Meerkat was like a million months behind. Like the stream would have ended 4 minutes earlier, and you'd still be seeing comments. So, now we're going to brown the lamb till it's seared on all sides. And then I am really hoping I'm going to do okay with this, because the phyllo dough needs to be rolled out onto the counter. I cleaned the counter earlier. What are you making? Lamb. Yeah, this is lamb. It's called Burek, B-U-R-E-K, Burek. It is a sort of a rolled pastry. It's kind of a spiral shape, but it's going to be baked in the oven. So that is what we are making. Right now I'm browning the lamb, the ground lamb that's going to go inside it. I decided to make the executive decision and add lamb to this dish. There may be less than a second of difference. Oh, well, that's handy. Although, if you were here in person, you'd probably notice that there was a certain difference. Because I had, twice now, I've had company trying to watch me on Periscope from the other side of the room. And then they just couldn't anymore because it was not in sync with what was in the room. And it was very difficult with this weird echo they had. Just goes to show you. So again, this is ground lamb that we're browning up for our Burek from Kosovo. Again, we have cooked all 193 United Nations member states as part of the Global Cooking Challenge, which you can find at cookieland.com. Now we are in a 4-week interstitial period where we are doing 4 non-UN member states /sovereign states /disputed territories, depending who you ask. which means someone's going to be yelling me at some point. But this is Kosovo. Kosovo, again, is located south of Serbia. Serbia would say it's part of Serbia because the Serb people got their start there centuries ago, but then people came in from the south, Albanians and such, from the Ottoman Empire, and then it became a majority Muslim Albanian state, and then years went by, and conflict, and independence, and bloodshed, and all sorts of bad stuff in the 90s. They are under UN observation right now. The Serbs still say it belongs to them. Many nations have recognized Kosovo as an independent state, and details will follow as the years go by. It's always a pleasure to watch your show, Etienne. Yes, thank you so much, Etienne. It was nice seeing your stream, even though it was a not so nice day at the end of it, but that's a different story. So we have browned our lamb here, and we're going to put this aside. Well, you know, I should drain it first, so to get that grease out. So let me take care of that and get myself a bowl. Don't go away. Don't go away. Okay. I'm going to take this off the heat, and then I'm going to wind up draining that. Late here, gotta go to sleep. Yes, you sleep well, Etienne. So now we have greased up this pan here to a degree, and the recommendation was to line it with the parchment paper. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do it over the heat because I don't want to burn my hands. But this is going to be making it easier to take out when it's done. Allegedly. Allegedly. We'll find out at the end. Etienne, you're on Busker. Yes, he is. So we're lining the pan with the parchment paper. And let me take a picture of that. And now we move back over to the prep station because I need to let that lamb cool off some, and we need to move. We need to move it. Let me clean this off real quick. Hold on. If I don't see your comments again, I apologize. Okay. I'm going to wipe down the counter one more time just to be triply safe. And now we move, everyone. Hold on. Okay, you're going back over to the prep station. Yeah. Back over here. And you come back too. Thank you so much for the like. And now, here's the part that I was worried about. So, the phyllo dough. I've worked with phyllo dough maybe one time before. So, it's easier than making my own dough. But to be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with this. I made, what you call, Spinach for Greece way back before the streaming video days. And that came out okay. So, wowzers. Okay. Okay. So that's how that goes, see? Okay, if you say so. Wow. Okay. This is all semi-new to me, so please be kind. Okay, we have a lot to go. So we're going to start with this. Okay, so now that I've laid that out, the phyllo dough, and now I'm going to gamely attempt to put handfuls of this spinach concoction into it. Let me put this aside here. Okay. And here we go. And I will be looking down, so again, I apologize if I don't see your comments. So, handful of the spinach. Here. Trying to make sure I get some of the feta in there. And try to mash that into on one side of this as well as I can. This could be a disaster, it could be really great. We're going to find out together. The only time I did this before was with dough that I made myself, not this. So I'm going to take a little spoonful of the lamb here and try to spread that on top. Also, this is about half a pound of the ground lamb, incidentally, in case you're wondering how much it is. I just figured that seemed like a reasonable amount. Okay. And now here, I need to take a picture of that. I'm sorry. I won't have to take a picture of everyone, just this one. I know that slows down the process. Okay. So now we're going to roll this up. We're going to try to roll this up. Again, I apologize if I don't see your comments. Can I please have $20 on disaster, i.e. even money? Well, you know, you never know. It could work out. The idea here is to make a roll. But I didn't know what the, what is this? This is, I'm attempting to make a burek, B-U-R-E-K. It's kind of a rolled pastry. I apologize if I don't see your comments. I need to concentrate looking down right now. So, trying to make a bit of a roll here with the phyllo dough. And if anyone feels like answering someone else's questions, perhaps, well, if I'm unable to, if I miss them. And that's the oven preheated, yay. So, that's about as tight as a roll as I could make. Okay, so there's 1/2 a roll there. Again, I only need to take pictures of the first part here. Once I do that, then I can chug along. Okay, so now I'm going to try to take that and put that into here. And I'm going to try to do that this way. Trying to make a spiral of sorts with this. The inner one is always the toughest. Because I've done this, something like this twice before. Again, I apologize for the white balance on the front camera there. So that's, like I said, that's the first one. And I won't need to take pictures of every other one. And so I'm going to put you aside, and then we move on to numero dos. To number 2. Wow, that's rather thick. I'm going to try to take half of these. It said like one sheet, but it didn't. These sheets are very thin. And I know one little sheet wouldn't hold anything, so I'm going with multiple sheets, and I hope I'm not wrong. Okay, so spinach with the feta and the spring onions in there, and try to get it in the middle, sort of. Then a little bit of the lamb. Maybe I needed more lamb, who knows? Well, it's going to be concentrated in the middle. That's how, that much I can tell you. Grease them. The phyllo dough, that does make sense. I did grease them for the spanakopita, although there was no suggestion on this particular front, and you may see why at the end, I hope. Well, thank you for that. And of course, with the wet fingers, this is really, really exciting. Okay. And in, come on. Yay! We make a fee. As I've told the story before, I had an uncle who was a lovely man, but not very bright. And I would play, did a jigsaw puzzle with him. And one time I said, Uncle Tony, that doesn't fit. That piece doesn't go there. And he goes, we make you fit. So that's the way I view the world now. Okay, so now we take you, and we try to grab you to the end of this one, and swirl you around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. Ooh, that kind of came apart, but that's okay. It's going to be okay. And now, this one, and we lost a little bit along the way, but it's okay. And so, it's going to be greasy at the end. Yes, there's grease on the bottom of the pan, and then there's going to be the egg and oil mixture on the top of the whole thing. That's where the grease is going to come from. There's half a cup of olive oil that's going to go over the whole top of it. So that's why I'm not stressing on the greasing it right now, because there is going to be oil there. So I hope that helps with that question. Boy, this sticks to the counter, doesn't it? Oh boy. Okay. Now a little bit more of the lamb. Boy, I guess I didn't have enough lamb, did I? And thank you for the like. By the way, if anyone is on Buster and they feel like using the tipping aspect of that, I would not be opposed. And now we go here. Ow, ow, ow. It's tricky to get it tight because the fine line of breaking the phyllo dough or not. So rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, so we've got that roll here. Back to you. And we're gonna, where did the end of this go? Here. So it went this way. Can you see? Okay, there may be just room for maybe one more, I think. Or maybe two, who knows. Okay, because we're going to bust open another package of the phyllo dough. It said to use the whole package, so that's... I don't know if they meant one package like this or one box. So maybe I'm using too much. Maybe not enough. I don't know. But we're going to find out. Okay. Wow, that's very thick. Okay, I'm going to split that in half. Okay, hopefully I will use up the... I will clean up the floor after I turn off the stream. Okay, again, with the spinach and the feta. Need to leave a little for the last one. Get that along the edge here. A little bit of the lamb, accent on the little, since we're running out. Okay. And my $20 to go home for retired cooks, LOL. I saw your comment this time, yay! Okay, so we're gonna try to roll this up. We're listening to Balkan music, everybody. Everybody dance. Kosovo is Serbia. That is definitely the Serbian position. And see, I told you. 4 weeks, I'm going to have 4 weeks of people yelling at me over something. And next week is going to be the worst. I just know it. I'm just saying. Is that puff pastry? Yes, it is phyllo dough. Indeed. And now, we are going to go this way. And that's going to go around the edge here. Wow. I think I've run out of room. Okay, I think I have a little bit more room left. right along the edge. Okay, so our last one. And how are we doing on time? We're doing really well on time. Yay. That's a first for me. I'm usually like freaking out because I'm running so behind. So here we go with the last of this. Yeah, I was saying, if you think I'm getting yelled at this week, just wait till next week. Ooh, doggies, that's going to be fun. Okay. So now we have the last of the lamb is going to go on here. And then, let me get that last little leaf here. Okay. Okay, now this is going to be when it's done. Good job. Looks yummy already. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your comment. And I'm glad I was able to see it. Because usually when I'm looking down, I miss things on here. Okay. So this is, you know, a well-worn flavors together, spinach and feta. A beautiful combination. I went hunting for Kosovo recipes, and no surprise, there wasn't a lot to be found on that front. There was many things that were Serbian and Albanian, and they're all sort of influenced by the same dining histories. And having cooked, thank you so much, Anne-Marie, having cooked the food of every other part of the former Yugoslavia, there really wasn't much left for me to do that I hadn't done already. So this was going to be tricky. So here we go. So I got that packed in really tight. And we're going to need to take a picture of you. Yummy. Come on. Boy. Good thing I'm not going to be on for 45 minutes. I have lots of cleaning up to do. So now that we've done that, we are going to pour on top of that our mixture of eggs, whole milk, and olive oil. And here's where the grease came in that we were referring to earlier. Eek. And just to make sure it covers it, I'm going to get the brush out and try to get the entire top of that also. There's that. Okay, brusha, okay. Brush. Here we go. So coating that all nice and good with the oil and eggs and butter. Not butter, oil, olive oil. And now that we've done that, it's not perfect, but you know, it'll do. That's going to go in the oven. So let me give you a closer look. That's what it looks like there. That's what it looks like there. And now that's going to go in the oven for 45 minutes. Set timer for 45 minutes. And then I can take any questions if you have any questions in the brief time we have here. Otherwise, we're going to leave and come back in 45 minutes. And we will come back just to unveil and dress it with some parsley. And it's going to be like a 3-minute stream at the end. So if you have any questions now, now's your chance. Otherwise, if you miss the finale temperature, oh yes, 375 Fahrenheit. 375 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that translates to in Celsius. It looks like a big intestine pie. Well, spirals tend to look that way. But go to cliffyland.com. That's cliffyland.com. Subscribe on Busker or on Periscope. Like on Facebook. Follow on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and look for us on YouTube and subscribe. You can always see the videos going back weeks there as well. You can find out all about the challenge on the YouTube page. You have a nice little short video that introduces everything in case you are new to the whole situation. So thanks for watching. We'll be back in 45 minutes to unveil. So thanks, and we'll catch you later. And welcome back again to Cliffyland, a global cooking adventure. This is the unveiling of tonight's dish as we complete the food of Kosovo. Again, we've made a swirled lamb and spinach burek. And that has been in the oven for 45 minutes. And if you have any questions about Cliffyland, just go to cliffyland.com. You can also subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, like on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Tumblr as well. And you can find out all about the Global Cooking Challenge that we completed, cooking the food of every country in the United Nations. And right now we are in our 4-week in-between period cooking for sovereign states / disputed territories / non-UN members with the food of Kosovo. And again, we've had our burek in the oven for 45 minutes. We are simulcasting on Busker as well as on Periscope. I'm going to flip around the Busker people here and put them over where they can see the grand unveiling. And we will move you over to the station, the Periscope person over there. Ah! Hold on, you stay there. Okay, and now, hey, that's me. And this is the Global Cooking Adventure, and the food's in the oven right over there. So let's, you're gonna go up into the sky. So pardon me if you get a little nauseous there. Okay, so it has been in the oven for 45 minutes. And one thing I should learn about things in the oven is that they are hot. And so I should not just stick my hand in the oven and grab it with my bare hand. So here we have it. Ooh, all spirally and hot. And it is going to be very gooey because it has got the puff pastry with the spinach, feta, and green onions inside. Also cooked up some grilled lamb, and so ground lamb, so that's in there also. And then that was covered with the mixture of eggs, olive oil, and whole milk. And it's been in the oven for 45 minutes at 375, and this is the unveiling. Here's the scary part, taking it apart. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to be taking pictures. Again, the pictures are for the blog. The blog is located at cliffyland.com. Follow along. And there we go. So, here goes nothing. This is going to be very gooey. And I apologize if I'm looking down, I don't see your comments. So, seems solid enough. One, two, three, go, no. Boom. Easy cleanup. So this goes away. And now we have it on the plate. And now I guess we can slice it. So that's our burek. It's a kind of a spiral puff pastry, and we're gonna plate. This is our one and only dish tonight. So hopefully I can find something that's appropriate for cutting this. This always tends to be a challenge that I always kind of screw up. So let's hope this works. Okay. Crunchy, golden, yay. And I can touch this. And big piece. There are only 2 of us eating, so there's going to be plenty of leftovers for, yum, thank you, for lunch. I've always been just really bad, even at my own wedding. I screwed up the cake. So I had to have someone else step in. Because slicing things is not my forte. That looks really good, thank you. There we go. Ah, stay. Burek, B-U-R-A-K, Burek, which is a spiral pastry. This has spinach and feta, and I put in some lamb. Yes, I will take. You know what? I should just do that now. You're very right. So inside, it's got spinach and feta cheese, spring onions, and the puff pastry, baklava dolma. Oh, that sounds good. You know, I don't think I have not made a baklava. I tend not to make desserts. I've made maybe 1 or 2 desserts. I cooked the foods of every country in the United Nations. You can find all about it at cliffyland.com, and you can see how that went. That's my 4-year journey in learning to cook. This is sort of our in-between period before we launch the Global Cooking Adventure and start from A to Z one more time. But here, I'm going to give it a taste. Hopefully it won't burn my mouth. Oh.
Oh boy, does that look delicious.
No sé portugués, sé español. It's Burek. Yes, the Ottoman Empire influenced the food. En español se entiende. Puse un poquito de cordero, a little bit of grilled lamb, espinaca, spinach, feta cheese, queso feta, y, ay, ¿cómo se dice? Green onions, cebolletas, and then the puff pastry, and eggs, huevos, aceite y leche encima in the oven, en el oven for 45 minutos, for 45 minutes. So that's my Spanish version of it. Yummy. Okay, very tasty. Piece number 2. Cebollas. Yes, it was verdes, cebollas verdes, cebolletas. And the little skinny green ones. Los verdes hidalgos. You know, for this thing, I should know. Yes, Burek. I should learn like Turkish and Russian and Portuguese so I can talk to everyone on Periscope. Okay, this is piece number 2. Not quite as even as piece number 1. But we'll have leftovers.
Oh my.
Many leftovers for me. Leftovers for me.
Does this get sprinkled on top?
Yes, I'm gonna dress the dish with the
Parsley?
parsley, indeed. So we can come back for more. I'll give you the close-up look in a moment. And there you have it. So, we have, I'll give you the close-up look, the prettier one. Beijos de do Brasil. Oh. Muito obrigado. And number 2. So, very tasty for you. Okay, so we have our Burek for Kosovo. Yes. That's very nice. Okay, so thank you again for watching again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look for Cliffyland. Search for Cliffyland. Find us at cliffyland.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, or Tumblr. And subscribe here on Periscope and on Busker. We will be back next week with at least one night next Tuesday, maybe 2 or 3 nights, depending on the situation. But we will be cooking Palestine, so gonna be yelled at by all sorts of new people. So thank you for watching, and happy eating.